So a Janna game by Deep Terror Trash, Platinum 2, and for Masteries I guess he was running the defensive style with no CDR, just going for tankiness. And for runes he's going like flat HP with armor and magic resistance per level, which I don't really. I run the exact opposite of this. I go for a lot more squishier setup. I like to get 5 to 10% CDR from Masteries, so that would mean 9 offense and 21 utility sometimes. Or what I nowadays prefer is the 0, 9, 21 that the Buddha is running right now. And for runes I like to get like armor marks, armor seals, AP per level cliffs or flat AP cliffs, and AP queens, so that would be a lot of CDR and AP, and it's great for the shielding type of gameplay, which I like to do. Like I think Janna is at her best when you really scale up the shield and get that CDR. Like of course you like the utility from the ultimate and tornadoes and shit like that, but I really like the buffing style with the shield. So anyway, and for starting items I prefer to get spell teas with 3 biscuits and a mana potion. Instead you went for the stealth ward with coin and 3 biscuits, so a bit different. I guess you're going for talisman, which I think is a fine item, but I don't buy it still, not on Janna at least. And actually not really on that many support champions. So since you're not leashing, you shouldn't spend too much time here. Like I would leave at 150 or something like that. Like you just wanna get to the lane in time and to get the level advantage and pushing advantage. So now you're spending way too much time here, to be honest. Well, and Jinx even misses EXP from that melee minion, so that was just an awful call, to be honest, to stay that long there. I'm not sure if you guys were duo or not, but either way you should like leave early, and I think the Jinx would be smart enough to follow at least. And that ward is not in the brush, I believe. So yeah, I hope you're not like smart casting this shit, because you have to land the wards in the brush. And now you need to push really hard to get the level advantage and minion advantage, so that the Leona could never like initiate on you. If you now just get all the advantages, then Jinx can like 1v2 the lane with your shield. And at level 2, of course, I think most of the matchups I like to get W at level 2, but against Leona it's different. You really wanna get Q to cancel her Zenith Blade. That's the only reason why. If the whole matchup is based around Janna being able to cancel the Zenith Blade, so that high yellow Janna is considered the ultimate counter to Leona because of her ability to every single time cancel the Zenith Blade, so. But since you don't have it, you're not gonna be able to use it, and I'm not even sure if you knew to do that either way. And now we see Shaco ganking. At 3 minutes to like 5 minutes or whatever the buffs last. I think Shaco is gonna be ganking a lot. Like, there's no way he's gonna farm anything at all. Only when he has ganked or when he has his smite on cooldown. I mean smite off cooldown so he can use it, but right now he's looking to gank all the time, so even when we see Seiko leave like this, he still has a lot of tricks to like come over the wall over here with Deceive. And I looked at the Seiko's movement speed, he has 370, so he's really fast, he can easily get to you like just invisible. So what you really need now is Vision of Leona, like you need to be able to like see when Leona goes aggressive, because that's pretty much when Shaco is coming as well. So now that's about to happen. So Shaco is here. Like your job right now is to instantly exhaust the Shaco, walk between the Jinx and Leona and cancel the Zenith Blade with your tornado. But I think your positioning is off. You should have been like in the between Jinx and Leona and much more towards the turret, so you're not able to cancel the Zenith Blade and you don't even use your exhaust, which I think would have saved her. And if you block the Qs as well, that's like another thing you need to do. Like all this tankiness in runes and masteries, and you're not really using it correctly yet. So now you're recalling with 400 gold, so personally I think I would just buy a ruby crystal and be done with that, like it's 400 or whatever. But instead I know what you're buying, you're gonna go for some weird ass mana regen bullshit. And I don't agree on the mana regen stuff at all. Like another alternative would be to get wards, like pink wards and the standard stealth wards, and just have deep enough wards so that you could protect your mid lane from Shaco ganks, and of course you at bot lane. So. But this mana regen stuff is like waste of money, and it will only like help you lose even harder in the lane, to be honest. So you're not gonna be able to cancel the Zenith Blades easily unless you have Vision of the Brass. So that's another reason why the Sightstone is really important, or just buying wards without Sightstone, I mean. This is exactly what Leona wants, to have the Vision advantage and being able to use the Zenith Blade without having to worry about you cancelling them. Like that's something you must practice a lot on channel, like cancelling the Zenith Blades and cancelling even the Thresh flying towards his hook and all that shit. And you can also cancel like Jarvan and Kha'Zix and a lot of things. And Lee Sin. So again, you don't really have any vision. You kinda want to recall at the 800 or something like that to get the sightstone. I'm not really sure what these mana regen items are about. Like, are you really trying to rush the talisman, or... I don't even remember the build that correctly. Oh, Chalices also uses the fairy gems. But yeah, I'd really like to see you cancelling those Zenith Blades, because that's what you need right now to be able to win this lane. And Jinx really should ward this brush right now. But I think she's kinda scared. Well, at least ward from here, like she's not even doing that. And you wasted your tornado, kind. I didn't see a Zenith Blade, so you shouldn't like waste it like that to be offensive, unless you're really about to kill them and you need to like chase them down. So now you do, actually you have the tornado, but they start with the ultimate. It didn't stun though, so you should be able to cancel the Zenith Blade. Oh, and you nearly do it correctly, but she still reaches her in time, so I think it was because of the angle and your positioning that made it kinda useless. If you're closer to your AD carry and you're faster with your reactions, like, you should be able to create enough distance that Leona never reaches her target. And now you have your ultimate, but Jinx is already recalled, so it would be also fine to use the ultimate just for healing, just to stay in lane. And now you're going so I think the tornado spam is eating a lot of your mana pool. And also these useless shields that you shouldn't use shield for just pushing usually. And also the whole shield timing thing is really important. And now again you had used your tornado before there was a Zenith Blade, so that kinda sucked. So clearly that's something you haven't done much, I think. You need to get like real consistent on that shit. And I think this matchup should be pretty easy once you get real good at Janna. Of course, really good Leona will be able to like dominate the brush control or something like that, but even then if she like clears the wards from the brush, like if you're strong enough and you have some advantage already from the early game or something like that, you could just like face check the brush sometimes. Or if Leona is having to like walk to the other part of the brush, you could just stand in the same brush. It's not a problem if you just cancel the Zenith Blades, like she's never gonna initiate on you. The only problem is that you don't wanna get poked by Ezreal too much. So now you get some help from Rise. But it's not enough really. You don't have the damage to do that. So finally it's good that you have the sightstone right now. I think your wards are not the greatest still, like. I think this ward for example doesn't really do anything against Shaco as we see before, like if he deceives over the wall, it's not gonna do anything, so I'd much rather ward like the dragon area, or the brush over here, like the deeper wards are much better against Jake. Then you can just expect him to be around that part of the map, and you could just like play passive and not even go for CS. Now you see Seiko and Leona in the brush, but there's no backup for counter ganking, so. And you have to also remember that Seiko can deceive quite far from that brush, like all the way to this brush. So. But I don't think they can dive you at from full HP, so. I think it's safe to expect Seiko to leave already. Yeah, and he has done such thing. And again, you know how to use the tornado on the Zenith Blade, but it's not fast enough again. Like I think again your positioning is not close enough to Jinx, and the tornado wasn't fast enough. So. It's just one of those things you need to practice. I mean, I think big part of it is the positioning. If you're too far from your Jinx, the tornado has a travel time, and then it would only like stop the Leona just at the melee range, so it doesn't do anything then. So you need to be really close to your Jinx and then be really fast with the tornado, and then the Leona would never get anywhere with her Zenith Blade. But once you're always doing that, the matchup gets really easy, and you can get quite aggressive and punishing with it. Like, because you're not really having to worry about the Zenith Blades. After that, like, Leona is like just a blitzcrank without the hook, really, so you don't really have to worry about anything at all. Of course, at level 6 it changes a bit, but if you just avoid getting stunned, it shouldn't be much different, but even then. A pretty good fight here. I think you were doing your job really well there. Using all the spells quite nicely. So you rushed the talisman. I can only say that I don't really do it myself ever, but I can see it being a good item. Its movement speed, its regens, and its CDR. So. Nothing wrong with that. You might also consider like getting something like Masteries right now. It's a decently close game. And what's your CDR like? Actually, I would get like maybe something for CDR, because you're only at 10% anyway, and you wanna get to that 30 to 40% range. So. Actually, the item I like to rush on Janna after like spell thieves and sighstone is actually Moralonomicon. For the CDR and the AP, it's like really good item. Even without the full use of the passive, it's still like cost effective item. I mean, like in every game there's someone life stealing anyway, so. And I think it works against lifesteal. And there's like things like summoner heal on the AD carries, and I don't think there was anything you should have done there. That was one of those times where you kinda wasted the tornado instead of cancelling the Javan combo. You really have to like be patient with the tornadoes. Save it for the combos and Zenith Blades. I think with smarter play you could have like dominated this bot lane and avoided the Shaco ganks or survived them, but it didn't happen, so now you're in a really tricky situation. The thing is, Shaco also snowballs a lot from those ganks, so now it's like, what can you do? Also, Azir is fed as fuck. I think they have a lot of siege potential, so you do have the tools for disengage, but do you have the damage either way and the tankiness to survive some of the poke? So I guess we're just gonna fast forward a bit. Also about, I guess I should like mention the warding thing. And I would like to see you buy some pink wards. You're not buying any. And you even have money for it, so why not? It's really important right now. Like, I think most of my best comebacks are from clearing all their wards and then killing the guys who come in first. Like, usually they're not really grouped as 5 or anything like that. Like, you can get so many free support kills, or someone like a top or mid laner just tries to like check the jungle area alone, or maybe plant his ward or something like that. So you would get free kills, and that can often lead to comebacks, but you need to like be able to clear a lot of their wards, and right now you're not really spending any money on that. Instead you're going for like useless crap like beads, and I don't know about that. And even mercs or something, like I don't like to buy them on Janna that much. If your positioning is like correct, you don't even need the tenacity, to be honest. As Janna, you should be so far back anyway that not many spells would reach you. And when warding, I don't think the tenacity will help anyway if you get caught by 2 people or something like that. But yeah, you need to like get some pink wards. And even in the early game, like during the laning phase, you should have had a pink ward somewhere. Now I think they got the Baron. Yeah, they get it. I think you're going for Locket, maybe. Yeah, not much to do. I think you lost like most lanes, and the shit just snowballed. So yeah, I think you need to work on your item builds a lot, or at least the laning phase against Leona and shit like that. By item builds I mean like shit like this. Buying these fairy gems when you need them, more wards or the sighstone rather. And also 4 potions is quite a bit. Like I don't think you needed to buy more. There's not gonna be that much poke, it's only Ezreal Qs really, that's the poke. And then was I think the biggest part was like you weren't ever able to keep the Jinx safe with your tornadoes. They weren't used correctly at all. So you lost the lane that you should be easily be winning, I think. And also the way you handled that Shaco gank that got him a kill was really bad. And about the item builds, like I said, I like to get this Spell Thief's Sightstone and then like Moronomicons and or Frost Queen's Claim, like or both of them, so I would get like 40% CDR. And for boots I just like to keep them at level 1 on, not even buy them at all, because like right now you can see like you have 400 move speed without boots, so like what's the movement speed needed for it? Not really anything. And I would then easily reach like 2 to 400 AP most games, and that alone makes the shields and all your spells that much better. So I highly recommend you to try the AP style of Janna. I do find it has way more impact in the games anyway if you play it correctly. I think in a sense it's probably a bit harder to play correctly because you're gonna be squishier. But then again, like shit like Talisman is not always like a game-changing item. I think sometimes having the 300 more health from the shields on your AD carry or the 50 more AD or something like that can be way more useful than having the talisman done. But anyway, I think I'll check the next game then.